LUQMAN, a smartphone application for dementia patients. Hello everyone, my name is LUQMAN bin ROHAIDZAT, and today I am going to present a project by Group F, Section 02, Option 2 for SEBB 2153 for basic rehabilitation. Without further ado, let me introduce to you our group members. So first of all is myself, LUQMAN bin ROHAIDZAT. So my task is to make the presentation slide and construct the HAAT model. Next, we have IKMAL DANISH. He writes the minute meeting report and also construct the ICF model. Next, we also have FARIS. He designed the tele-rehab part of the application using Scratch, and he also the leader that made sure the group members follow the schedule. And last but not least, SUMAIYA, who is the only flowers in our group. She designed the base feature of the application using Scratch, and she also prepared the Gantt chart. Next, I would like to present on the methodology. So the first part is we pick the suitable assistive technology for our option, which is for the elderly. So we pick a phone with a GPS tracker as the assistive device. Second, we find the suitable research paper, and we found out that Iwonder, which is an Android device for dementia patient, is the perfect and suitable research paper for our option. Next, we make a distribution of the tasks evenly between the members. Then we design the application interface using the Scratch, and last but not least, we do the demonstration where the application will try to see the function.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Faris, and I would like to present our background project, which is called Low Tracker. The idea of this project is based on the research paper we have found that talks about an Android-based application named Iwonder. This application offers remote monitoring for dementia patient caregivers, which are equipped with wonder detection, alert action, and able to provide information on GPS, time, weather, and also patient dementia stage. To simplify, this application solves the problem where dementia patients may feel a compelling urge to walk and often get lost when they wander, by navigating them to the destination they want and notify caregivers on their whereabouts or alert them when the patients leave the safe zone.
Assalamu alaikum and hi, my name is SUMAIYA, and I will be presenting the main information on dementia, which is the disease that our assistive device targets to help. Dementia is defined as the loss of cognitive functioning, which declines a person's ability to remember, think, or reason, and it may affect their daily activities, decision-making, as well as problem-solving skills. Increased risk for dementia has appeared to be contributed by different factors such as family history, Down syndrome, heart problems, traumatic brain injury, smoking, and excessive alcohol use. Age is often named as the strongest risk factor for dementia, and elders are more prone to develop this specific disease. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia and is often caused by abnormal buildup of proteins around or inside their brain cells. And this is the most common type of dementia in older adults, and it may get progressively worse to a point that it reduces brain functionality. Signs and symptoms of dementia include on the cause, but most common ones include memory loss, difficulty in communicating, problems with coordination and motor functions, and confusion and weakened visual abilities. There are four main types of dementia. Firstly, as I mentioned previously, it's the Alzheimer's disease, and it is related to mutations of three genes that can be passed on from one generation to another. And its risk is increased by a protein called apolipoprotein E4. And sufferers have brain plaques, which is also known as beta amyloid clumps, and tangles, known as tau protein tangles, which may damage neurons and connecting fibers inside their brain. The second type is the vascular dementia, which is caused by damage to the brain's blood vessels. It can cause strokes or damage the brain's white matter, and common problems caused by this type of dementia include problem-solving difficulties, slow thinking, and lack of focus and organization. The third type is Lewy body dementia. This causes abnormal protein clumps in the patient's brains, and common symptoms of this type of dementia include acting out dreams in sleep, visual hallucinations, and focus and attention problems. And other less common symptoms include incoordination, tremors, and rigidity. And the last type is the frontotemporal dementia. This causes the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain to lose nerve cells and connections. And most common symptoms of this type of dementia include personality, behavior, and language issues, as these are the most common parts of the patient which are affected. And that is all from me for now. I'll be passing this presentation on to our group member. Thank you.
Now I will explain about human activity assistive technology. There will be three parts: human, activity, and assistive technology. For human part, we will refer to physical, cognitive, and effective. For activity part, we refer to daily living activities, work and productive activities, and play and leisure activities. For assistive technology, we will refer to human technology interface, processor, environmental interface, and activity output. And finally, we have context, will be referred to physical, social, cultural, and institution. Now, I will explain furthermore about HAAT model. For human, it will be used by novice user, which have physical coordination, range of motion, and good eyesight. For cognitive, we will have attention, concentration, and memory. For effective, we will have motivation. Next is assistive technology. For human technology interface, we will use the screen to give information to the patient. Processor, we will have CPU, which will give alarm if the patient or elderly go outside of the range. For environment interface, it will detect location, alert the guardian or caregiver the direction of the patient. And finally, activity output is communication, training, and direction. For activity, we have two. The first one, daily living activity, which is trouble to move around as they tend to get lost, often forget people's name, hard to interact with others because they lost memory. Second, work and productive activities. They always wander around without navigation. Finally, for the context, we have physical. LCD display might not bright enough on the sunny day, and speaker might not loud in the noisy places. For cultural, it will be no privacy. Now I will explaining about ICF model. ICF is a framework for describing and organizing information on functioning and disability. There will be 6 parts for ICF model, which is health condition, body function, activities, participant, environment, and personal factor. For dementia, the body function will be cognitive impairment. For activities, the patient unable to recall tasks or respond from other people. For participant, the patient unable to attend any social work. For environment, the patient left alone when everybody going work and school. And finally, personal factor, the patient likely getting bored because most of time feeling alone, thus will leading to depression. Now I will explain solution from the previous ICF model. For body function, strengthen the memory. For activities, able to recall tasks or respond from the other people. For participant, able to attend any social work. For environment, have someone to take care of the elders or patient. Finally, personal factor, have someone to spend more time with elders or patient to prevent loneliness.
Now I'm going to present on the application features. As you all know, elderly and patients with dementia have a great tendency and compelling urge to walk around. However, it is important to note that 40% of them get lost while wandering around. The research paper of Iwonder thus underline the issues of elderly wandering around, where their focus on these three features, which are the location tracking, alarm, and emergency contact. Location tracking is the most crucial part, as it gives the information of the current location of the elderly or patient with dementia. Using the GPS system that is embedded inside the phone connected with the local connection, we can know the exact location of them online with the integration and helps from Google Maps, as they have polished data of locations. Meanwhile, the alarm functions as the alert to notify both the guardian or caregiver and the patient or elderly themselves. As this alarm alerts the elderly, they can know that they are already far away from the specific range that is said to be the safe range. Meanwhile, it can also alert the guardian or caregiver of the patient or elderly that they might be lost and far away. As far as it goes, the system will then automatically call the caregiver or guardian about the situation of the elderly outside of the safe range. However, we find out that in Iwonder application, there is no tele-rehab part of the patient or elderly to improve the condition of dementia, which is why we add another features of memory training. We learned and found out that a part of training strategies to enhance performance and minimize memory impairment includes the visual imagery. Therefore, we use the mental maps training where the patient or elderly go to a specific place such as convenience store and park every day. To test their memory, the application will ask some direction and certain landmarks or remarkable things that exist on the way to go to the places. It will help the elderly to remember, as the training will be repetitive within the safe range set.
I will now be showing the demonstration for Iwonder, which is the first application that we referred to when doing our project. So this application will be tracking the user's live location as they move about from their house. Over here, the red marker represents the house, whereas the blue marker represents the users themselves. So as they move, the location tracker will be tracking them, and the red circle marks their safe zone. So as soon as the user leaves the red zone, there will be a warning sign shown as such, and then a message will be shown to them notifying them that their location will be sent to their guardian, and there will be two options as shown a while ago, either OK or cancel. This ensures that wrong messages aren't sent to their guardian. In the case that the elder is aware that they have left their safe zone, they will press cancel to ensure that the message is not sent. However, if they really are lost, then they will press on OK, which will then directly send the user's location to their saved emergency contact. And here's the demonstration for our app, which is the load tracker, including the improvements from Iwonder. So it will start off with the main menu shown as such, and the user will be able to choose their most visited locations. In this case, we have chosen the convenience store as well as the park. So the user will be able to choose where they want to go. So for this instant, let's say they want to choose the convenience store. Now, the user's location will be tracked from their home, and upon reaching a specific location, they will be asked which direction they should go instead now. And in the case that they choose the wrong direction here, which is right, it will be shown to them that it is wrong. So, which means that the proper direction to go would be left. And this is the brain training option for the users, such that consistent training of their brain and choosing the same location over and over will ensure that over time they are able to remember the path to go to these places by themselves. And if that is not the case, at least this brain training will ensure that their brain cells are active and their mind is active to slow down the memory loss as well as brain decline process. The other location, as shown here, is the park, which, as chosen, they will also be tracking their location while they go to the park. In this case, while they are traveling to their designated place, if the user exits the safe zone, which in this case is this circular radius here, if they choose straight and they go ahead straight, there will be a warning sign shown as such, followed by a message alert, which will tell them that they have left their safe zone and will ask them and will allow them to choose whether it is necessary to send their location to their guardians or not. If the case is such that they are aware that they have left their safe zone and they are okay, they're not lost, then they will choose cancel as one of the two options a while ago. So the live location will not be sent to their guardian. However, if they are truly lost, they will press OK and their location will be sent to their guardian along with an alert message, which will notify them that this user is lost and will allow them to locate their family members. And that is all for the demonstration for our project application, which is the LOW tracker. Thank you. I will now explain on the user interface of our application. Starting off with the main page is what the users will see once they open the application. They will be given a choice to choose the destination that they want to go. Their home will be one of them, along with other chosen places that they visit most often. Then there will be a map which will show the user's live location. The red marker here represents the user's home, whereas the yellow marker here represents the users themselves. The red circle here is what we call the safe zone for the user. Next, this application helps in the tele-rehabilitation functionality by asking the user the direction to test their memory. So once they reach a specific junction, they will be asked which way they think this convenience store or their chosen place is. And this will help to activate their brain cells and give them a little brain exercise. Next, once they exit this safe zone, an alert action will be displayed where there will be an alert sign along with sound to notify the user that they have left their safe zone. And this will be followed by a message alert which will check on the user to see if they're okay and inform them and inform their emergency contact accordingly. So there will be two options here, okay or cancel. So there might be cases where the user has left their safe zone willingly and knowingly, and it is not a case of them getting lost. So in that case, to prevent false messages being sent to their guardians, we have this option here. So cancel will prevent their location from being sent. However, if the users do realize that they are indeed lost, they will press on OK and their live location will be sent to their guardians. And that's it from me, and I'll be passing this on to my group member. Thank you.
Next, I will present on the application outcomes. First of all, it can improve the user's ability to find their way back home and to frequently visit the areas such as convenience store and park. Second, it can facilitate mental stimulation, slow mental decline, and memory loss. This is due to the fact that we provide memory training that can be done every day at any time as long as the phone is connected with local connection. The third one, we can ensure that the user's safety by notifying their guardian if they wander off and become lost with the existence of alarm. And last but not least, it allows users to explore independently without constant fear of becoming lost. There will not be no way home. As long as they bring the phone with them, they can always find their way back home.
Moving on to future recommendations, there are several improvements that can be added in order to provide better function for this application. First one is personalized training. Some elders with dementia have different and worse impairments such as bad eyesight and inability to walk. We can solve this by adding more personalized exercises for their memory training. Secondly, we can develop an application for centralized monitoring that is able to assist caregivers to monitor dementia patients in old folk welfare center from afar. We can also improve this application by implementing intuitive design. Simple user interface is important to help the patients to understand better and easily on how to use the application and in order to use it effectively. We can also add voice assistant. This in-app voice assistant can help elders specifically with bad eyesight to use the application better. Last but not least, we can add information file to store important data on patient's stage of the dementia, rehab session attended, and their personal information. Finally, we have come to conclusion part. This project is definitely a big help to assist the caregivers and the dementia patient themselves. We upgraded the original Iwonder project with inclusion of mental map training as part of the rehabilitation. With the apps connected wirelessly, the caregivers can always be alert and save their time as they can monitor from afar. Our evaluation for this project is the application demo runs perfectly fine. In the hope of helping people, especially elders with dementia, this project can be successful. That's all from our group. Thank you.